Comprehensive plans are all about community, and each of your cities has its own character, its own vision, its own direction. AWC developed a series of short videos to help you prepare your GMA update. Each video contains a few key concepts and conversation starters that you can relate to your community. This segment looks at GMA and economic development.
Return on investment for a municipality, from my perspective, is not only return on private sector investment or dollars that come back to the city, but it's a return on accomplishing the community's vision. And so it's about communication and making sure that there is that understanding within one's community. We in local government have to be more than just regulators. We have to be facilitators of good development. Again, our communities, they need to grow, they need to evolve. If they don't, our communities will ultimately die. We need growth, we need development. And so it's really incumbent upon municipalities to be facilitators of great development or good development that's consistent with our vision. Again, if we're not paying attention to the planning, we're not paying attention to how our community wants to grow, we're going to leave the development to chance. We might get exactly what our community is interested in, but likely not. And so it's really incumbent and important for us to perform our due diligence and to make sure that we're involving the community every step of the way. City Hall is one of the public investments that we have determined will strategically bring private sector investment to our community. And that's just one of many public investments that we're making designed to provide that return on investment. But it's important to have an institutional, a civic presence in downtowns for redevelopment purposes. And our City Hall, as well as our City Hall block, will serve not just civic uses, but it'll also offer commercial pads. And really it will show at a small scale what our downtown plan is attempting to accomplish throughout our community. Once the city determines its vision or its mission and its purpose, that has to be shared amongst all the departments, and there has to be alignment from top to bottom in the sharing of those mission and goals, and then all departments are working in concert to achieve those goals and missions. One of our capital investments was the realignment of SR 522. We call it the Bothell Crossroads Project, and that's essentially moving to the south that state highway. It's disconnecting a awkward intersection where SR 522 and SR 527 and Main Street combine. It's an intersection that's failing. It's been a significant capital investment. It's a $60 million project. When we started that, we didn't have a plan for how we were going to finish the project, let alone start it. Today, I'm proud to say that the project's in its final stages and will be completed next year. And that's really serving as a catalyst for redevelopment in our downtown. And of course, working with the Department of Transportation has been important and key to our success. The project's largely funded by city resources, but it's also utilizing the resources of the state's LIFT program, the Local Infrastructure Financing Tool program, where the city was the award recipient of several years ago. And without that funding, this project would not have been feasible.
Well, cities need to think long-term about economic development. They really need to see it, I believe, as economic vitality. That means development is just part of the process. The outcome is economic vitality, a prosperous and healthy region or community. The benefits of economic development or economic vitality need to be part of the conversation with the community. The community really needs to understand the benefits of economic development. Otherwise, it just seems like maybe the city is playing favors with business or development, and they don't always understand that really economic development and long-term economic vitality has a benefit to everyone. It reduces the property taxes, for example, that residents might otherwise have to pay because now businesses can help. It provides job opportunities close by. It provides commercial services close by so that people don't have to drive everywhere for everything. So there's all kinds of benefits, both financial and quality of life, that come about when you have a healthy economy.
Redevelopment plans should be based on what people love about the community. They shouldn't avoid the changes, but they must be based on the essential character of the community. And the Bothell community got it right, and the plans that we developed in the spring of 2005 are continuing to guide the city's revitalization efforts, leading it successfully through the Great Recession. Our early economic projections indicate that over a 25-year period, the strategic actions and investment the city of Bothell is making will leverage $650 million of private sector investment. And already I'm proud to boast that over $200 million in private investment is in the development pipeline or on the ground today. We've broken ground on an astonishing $90 million of public infrastructure investments, all within an existing 104-year-old community. The city's investments of $90 million is part of a $150 million program for the revitalization of downtown. An important early win for Bothell's downtown revitalization was a public-private partnership with McMenamins, which is a well-known hotel and pub operator in the Northwest. McMenamins will transform a important piece of history in our community called the Anderson School, an Art Deco building that again will be transformed into a 70-room hotel, brew pub, movie theater, live entertainment venue. An important element of that agreement that made it financially pencil for McMenamins, as well as saving an iconic structure in downtown Bothell, as well as anchoring the north end of the development, is that McMenamins will operate and provide to the Bothell community the use of a pool that was constructed during the forward thrust era that had been closed for several years, will now be open and offered to the Bothell community for free of use for a period of 15 years. We have more work to do to finish the transformation in our downtown. A high priority for the city of Bothell is to finish the infrastructure investments that are remaining that will support revitalized dream of our downtown. Bothell's achievements demonstrate the power of a community's dream to motivate people to action. When Bothell first started on its revitalization dream in early 2005, many believed that we would never gather enough community support in terms of getting the project off the ground, let alone find a way to fund $90 million of public investments, which are leveraging many more dollars of private sector investment that is really bringing to life our community's vision and our dream. Regardless of what resources your community has to devote towards its dream, you must have a knife-edge focus on what you want to create, the vision that you have for your community. You must also have the conviction and the determination to create the change and inspire your community that change is possible.